want to make sure that I make certain points on the record. First of all, this Rules Committee meeting was posted on our State House website at 7:07 p.m. for a meeting that took place at 7:15 p.m., a meeting that changed the rules of the game mid-debate, changed the rules of what we were allowed to do, not just changed the rules of the debate, limited how many amendments members could bring, right? So as you heard Mr. Caskey say, we are now limited to 1 amendment per member. That means each of our 41,000 constituents is limited to 1 amendment. We are changing the rules in the middle of the game. There are 497 amendments on that desk. They have been duly filed because those were the rules of the game when we started. The rules were set prior, and now we're changing them. I want to make sure that we also understand that this is unprecedented. We have never before limited the number of amendments that members can bring. The rule says that we can set, this is a brand new rule, and it says that we can govern the time and debate, right? Here we are waving our magic wand saying that we are now governing how many substantive changes can be made to a very important piece of legislation, right? This is a piece of legislation that will determine how all 5.6 million South Carolinians are governed in Washington. And we are now saying that at most, there can be 124 amendments considered. 124. All of your constituents are reduced down to 1 single amendment. I think those are the points I want to make, so I'm happy to take some questions.
All right, Mr. Stavronakis is recognized for a question.
Ms. Wetmore, thank you for taking the podium. You agree with me, we are debating the method for electing the people of South Carolina as representatives to the government of the United States of America. You agree with me with that, right?
Yes, sir.
And whoever filed those amendments, they are literally erased as if they mean nothing, as if they ever meant anything to anyone. You agree with me? That's how I feel. How do you feel?
Absolutely. We had our members each took the time to draft. We spent weeks talking to the week and a half that we had, talking to our constituents, coming up with amendments, coming up with substantive changes to make this bill workable for our election commission, for our citizens who have to vote in this election. And now we are just erasing those amendments.
Do you find it, I know I do you find it demeaning, not to me individually, but to this body that has so much history in our state, that we don't even have the patience to allow, we're supposed to be the people's house, to allow the voices of the people to be heard? I mean, to me, I find it demeaning to this body that we would erase amendments that the people's representatives took time to draft and put on the desk.
Yeah,
en masse, erase them all, en masse.
Just delete them. And to be clear, there is nothing requiring us to be here to do this. There is nothing requiring this expedited timeline, right? The maps that we have in place currently, today, have been found legal and constitutional. Nothing about the Calais decision changes that. We testified under oath, our members did, that these maps did not take race into account, and so nothing about the Calais decision changes it. This is not like Louisiana, where their maps were found invalid. We have perfectly valid maps today in place.
And you mentioned over 40,000 people that we all represent. What about just communities we represent and neighborhoods that are affected by this? And you get 1 amendment. I represent the city of Charleston. I represent unincorporated areas on Johns Island, on James Island. I know you represent many different areas too, and now you have to find a way to have all of their voices heard in 1 amendment?
Absolutely. And all of my colleagues here have taken the time. We were told over and over again, go to the map room, go to the map room, and we have done that. And I know that I have 2 maps on the desk. So now I guess I have to choose between one of those maps.
I'll borrow one.
Yeah, and an amendment that would say that we are helping our counties defray the $500,000 cost, or an amendment that talks about dividing communities.
Ms.
of
Wetmore, I hate
interest.
to interrupt you, but your time on the resolution has expired.